Welcome back. We've been talking about autism spectrum disorder with Rhonda Manous and Mallorie Caradine from the Autism Education and Therapy Center. This is a real growing issue that families are having to deal with. We mentioned a little bit earlier about the importance of catching it early. Why is that so important?
So early intervention is key. When you're working with kiddos who have maybe some misunderstanding communication and having autism, you'll often see some behaviors that are there that are a little bit abnormal or even sometimes difficult to work with. If you work with them when they're little, you can kind of curb those behaviors from becoming worse later on, and also teaching them to communicate at an early age and teaching them formally how to communicate at an early age will kind of keep them from exhibiting any of those problem behaviors later in life, because oftentimes when you have problem behaviors, it's an immediate result from having trouble with and frustrations with communication.
Well, that makes sense. Just like Mallorie, you primarily, that's who you have on your staff.
Yes, we are an ABA therapy clinic. We have Mallory's what's called a board certified behavior analyst. Those are, I relate to kind of the doctor. They do the evaluations, they do the assessments, write up the treatment plans. And then we have what are called registered behavioral technicians. Using this analogy, they implement the plan, as like a nurse might do, but implement the plan that the BCBAs have written. So they're all behavioral specialists in one way or the other.
Folks who are have experience in working with all these various behaviors.
We do.
Mallorie, does autism primarily affect boys? And if so, why do we think that is, or do we know?
Well, okay, so yes, boys are affected more than girls. Right now, it is 1 in every 42 boys, whereas it's 1 in every 189 girls.
Wow.
It's a big difference.
That is a big difference.
There are a lot of different theories on why this is. You know, some people believe that boys are over-diagnosed. Some people believe that there may be a genetic factor. There's a lot of environmental factors that may cause autism and how it affects boys specifically. But the answer, unfortunately, is we just don't know.
Right. How often should a autistic child have therapy?
Well, that should be left to the therapist's discretion. So myself and other behavior analysts, if you're looking for, what we do is applied behavior analysis. And so if that's the type of therapy you're looking for, you will meet with your BCBA, like Rhonda mentioned. We'll do an evaluation and we'll determine what's appropriate for your child at that time. But some children receive up to 35 and 40 hours of therapy a week.
A week?
A week.
How do families come to you, Rhonda? Do their doctors refer them, or do they find out about you some other way?
The internet is Google. They find us that way as one of the main things. We've been running an ad campaign. There's a television show on now that deals with autism. We've been running commercial, and we've had a huge response to that. So, it's just parents desperate for solutions that they're looking for any way they can to find a solution.
If a parent out there watching thinks that their child may be autistic, are there degrees of it? And although there may not be a cure, is there a way to make that modification that it can seem as though there's a cure?
So yes and no. So once they determine that their child has autism and they seek out services, it goes back to your former question of how often they will come and see us. Some children, if they receive early intervention and they receive high quality effective therapy, whether it be ABA or speech or occupational therapy, whatever therapies they receive, if they are receiving enough of it to make a difference, we have had some children who are indistinguishable from their peers, their neurotypical peers. So it just depends on when we can get them in, because if you think about it, if we get a kiddo much later in life, they have years of learned behaviors and years of learning to do things maybe incorrectly. And so then not only are we trying to teach them the correct way to do things, but we're also combating that long history of learned behavior. So that being said, the sooner that we get them, the better.
And the better. And we want to help make sure that you have the facilities available for those people in need. you have two.
We have two.
And we're working on a third.
Well, no, we have two and we're going to replace them. They're too small.
Oh, God. Oh, they're too small.
They're too small.
So you'll be getting rid of them and just...
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Well, let's give folks the website.
Okay, it's www.AutismETC, like the abbreviation for etc. .org. AutismETC.org.
Well, we hope that you'll get the support you need to build those new facilities, because I know they're much needed.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the great work that you're doing.
Thank you for having us and
do
giving us this
appreciate it.
opportunity.
Well, we appreciate you being here too, Rhonda and Mallorie.
Okay, thank you.
I want to also thank my earlier guest, Katina Beard from the Matthew Walker Comprehensive Center, for being here, and thank you for watching. I'm Tawanda Coleman. I'll see you next time on The Plus Side of Nashville.